Hey guys, it's Rushy here. How are you all doing? Welcome back to the channel. We've been playing a lot of Street Fighter of late, and we haven't been talking much about control pads. So this video today, I just wanted to give a quick update in regards to where we are with controllers. The truth is, I haven't been using the Razer Raion controller too much. I have been using the PowerA and the Hori Fighting Commander. You can see that. My opinion is, if you are a Hori Fighting Commander player, the transition from Hori Fightpad to the PowerA Fusion Fightpad, there's a big jump. It's nothing like the PowerA is nothing like this pad, and you will have to reprogram all of your muscle memory to get used to it. I mentioned before big hands. This controller is suited to bigger hands. The PowerA didn't feel right for my hands. I'm quite a tall guy, so obviously longer fingers, slender fingers, whatever. So it didn't sit comfortably in my hands, and that was a big problem. So I had to adjust from I can't really show you here, but like I've mentioned ball of thumb many times. That's ball of thumb, that's tip of thumb. I use a ball of thumb input method, and it works for me. It's not quite as accurate as tip of thumb, but ball of thumb, I get a lot of speed in my input, so reaction times they feel quicker to me. Obviously the muscle memory is there as well. What am I trying to say here? So when I was using the PowerA, I found tip of the thumb was better for the PowerA, but the problem was my muscle memory is so bad, and even with the tip of my thumb, I was getting a lot of like misinputs. I haven't got the pad with me at the moment. I boxed it up, but I took the faceplate. So the faceplate off the PowerA I took off just to get better access to the D-pad. It did make a difference. But if you're a Hori Fighting Commander Fightpad player, it's going to be tough to go for the PowerA. I had my hopes set high for that pad because it looked fantastic, and it reminded me of the old Sega Saturn and the old Mega Drive 6-button pads. It is very similar to those, but those I played as like a child, man. I was really young back then, and they were all I knew. That's one thing, and the other thing was my hands were obviously a lot smaller back then. It doesn't work for me. The truth is, I'm never going to use the PowerA Fightpad for any of my journey during Street Fighter 5 or any other game. It doesn't feel right. For other games, perhaps it could work, but I can't imagine where you'd use that. It's a Fightpad. The Razer controller, so I've used it a couple of times. I can't say I've used it as much as the PowerA recently. The Razer Raion pad, this is the competitor for the Hori Fighting Commander. Functionality is the best on this pad. You've got the touch pad, you've got the audio jack, and you've got the layout. They're all shoulders, not triggers, so that's a big thing. I mentioned that before. This is the contender, and potentially the upgrade path from the Hori if you don't like the Hori. My initial issue with this pad is everything is super sensitive. So the shoulders, I think the back ones are okay. These are a little sensitive, but it's not a bad thing. These buttons are mad sensitive. The feedback is weird, as I mentioned before. They're very like smushy. You don't get much sound from them. Nothing like the Hori. But apparently they're premium buttons, so maybe that's why they feel the way they feel. I've been told they feel more like arcade stick buttons rather than controller buttons, but they're very sensitive, and I couldn't get used to that. They're a little smaller than the Hori as well. The D-pad as well, super sensitive, so you can feel every input with the clicks. So you get a button press in every direction, like a noise. But it's very easy to accidentally press like up and down when you're pressing forward. So that's something you've got to get over. So if you buy this pad, you will have to make adjustments, but they won't be as extreme as the PowerA. This will be very similar to the Hori, and in some ways potentially an upgrade as well. The biggest issue with this is it's the price tag as well. So you kind of risking a large sum of money on a pad that may not be better than the Hori. My personal opinion is I've just scrubbed up on my execution, and this pad is godlike now, man. I can't. If I screw up on this pad now, with all the work I've been doing in my execution for Street Fighter, which is generally good, but I make some like crucial errors. Of late, man, this pad has been smashing it for me online because I backfilled the errors. And if I make a mistake now, I know straight away, I'm like, damn, I screwed up, because I'll recognize the errors I'm making, and even then it's very rare. It's usually a timing issue with it's usually anti-air, so anti-air dragon punches, I mistime them and I either whiff or I get hit first. That's really generally the only input error I'm having, and that's on me, so I can't fault this pad. More than half the price of the Raion, and it does a good job. If you've used this pad and you don't like it, you can risk it, but I'm not guaranteed you're going to find the answers in this pad, because if the answer is you, then this isn't going to fix execution issues that you have. But that's not to say it's not a good pad. I've heard good opinions of it from players. World Warrior FGC has done a lot of stuff on this pad, and he really likes it. I think he's mainly using this pad now over I think he used to use the Mad Cats, maybe the Hori, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think he's mainly using this pad, and his match sequences look really good, so he's got used to it. So it's just a matter of time. But do you take the risk when you've already got what I think is a good controller? I can't answer that for you, but I just wanted to give you an update in regards to where I am. I can't be any more honest than that. You know, I'm not biased. I'm just a regular dude. You know, I did the PowerA Fightpad giveaway. That was just something that came across because of some stuff they'd seen I'd done on Twitter. But I've got no affiliation with PowerA or Razer or Hori. But this purely based on my opinion and my experience. I've got 4 years of like playtime on Street Fighter 5, and you know, I've been doing videos for those 4 years as well. And this pad is really, other than the fact that you do get the issues with the D-pad becoming a little loose, which I've done a video on to how to repair that. So it's worth checking that out if you're having problems with the looseness of the D-pad over time. Can't fault it at all. This pad I've had for probably about 2 years now. I've repaired the D-pad once. It's still going strong, and all my recent gameplay is from this pad. You know, if I can do it, man. A guy in his mid-30s with kids, married, you know what I mean? And I'm whooping ass with this controller. You can do it too. So guys, I won't long this out any more than that, but hopefully that gives you like an updated opinion on where I stand. But I don't plan to use the PowerA. The Razer I'm still going to use a little bit to see if I can get familiar with it, but it's a very difficult situation I'm in to invest time in 2 controllers and work on my content and work on ranking up as a player. With the limited time I have, so that's something that's unfortunate. But check out World Warrior FGC, because I'll put a link to his channel in the video description. Check him out because he's using the pad, and he's probably have a better opinion on the Razer pad than I will. So guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully that's answered any questions and queries you've had since the initial batch of videos that I kicked out. I will try and do some more Razer content soon, but again, it's not really high on my priority list, so it may not come anytime soon, which contradicts what I just said. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. Any questions, as always, just drop them in the comment section. I'll get back to every single one. That's what I pride myself in doing on the channel. And we will speak soon. Take care.